Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Duchess. I'm so glad you're here. And today we are breaking down Shy, or should I say The Shy. Let's go. Season 6, episode 15 opens up with a debate with Emmett and Robert on who is hosting Thanksgiving dinner, and Robert wins. He and Tiff would be hosting. Meanwhile, Victor is in his office, fresh off of exoneration, contemplating life. He is packing up, throwing in the towel. His life is in shambles. His girl has left him, or his lady has left him, taking a break. He almost went to jail for murder, for something that he didn't do. Of course, it also involves Duda, so his life is in danger and in shambles. He wants to focus on his mental health. And who can argue with that in this day and age? I don't think anybody can, except for his manager, of course. Because, of course, if he throws in the towel, he is out of the job. Victor hears him, but he ain't got nothing on it, y'all. He is out of there. The man has his box and his things, and he is packing up. Meanwhile, Duda is with his wife, Rosalind, who is expressing her concern about his life being in imminent danger. He offed Alonzo, who was Victor's attorney, as well as Alicia's ex-husband. And it's looking like Alicia is just as dangerous as Duda. So, and the city is really quiet, kinda. It's too quiet for Rosalind's comfort. There's some anxiety there. And she at first tells him that he needs to lay low. But Duda knows he can't hide forever, so they agree on plan B, which is to send a message. These two are interesting to me. Like, it's obvious that they care about each other. They even have some natural chemistry, but they're truly married on paper. It's the business. There's no love there. And I love to know the backstory, but we're in season 6. I'm just getting on, so yeah. Moving on. Tiff and Rob are vibing and preparing Thanksgiving dinner, and Rob is on the macaroni and cheese, and Tiff is concerned about him not talking about his dad's death. Yes, Alonzo, who was the lawyer that Dudo killed, that guy, Alonzo is also Robert's dad, and he's not talking much. And I wonder how Rob has already tried to kill Duda once, right? So when he find out that he is the one who killed his dad, just when he was, literally calling to try to reconnect and, give it a second thought on building their relationship, that's not going to end well. But anyway, they're doing their thing. She's concerned, and Alicia and Jason Weaver, I'm sorry, I don't really know his name in this show, and he gonna always be Jason Weaver, so that's what I'm gonna call him until I get to his name, right? But they're enjoying a quiet evening. He's concerned because she's not mentioning much, she's not talking much about her ex-husband's murder, and she lets him know that she don't care about that. She just want to do something about it. So, as if he didn't have a good understanding before, he has an even better understanding of how cold-blooded Alicia is. Meanwhile, the brat is propositioning Nina to come on the road with her. She's ready to make this thing official, and I'm sorry. It's hard for me to take the brat serious in this role. Like, she's doing a good job with the acting, so there is no hate, I promise. But even when she's being sincere, it's just hard for me to take her seriously. But Anywho, she is ready to get back out on the road and do whatever she does. I guess she's a truck driver or something, and so it sounds like. And she wants Nina to come along. But Nina is hesitant. She has her life there, her children, her community, all of that. So she has until after Thanksgiving to make a decision because the brat is leaving with or without her. Okay, y'all, pay attention because I'm going to try to get through this Keisha, Nuck, and Emmett situation. So Nuck is visiting he and Keisha's son, Ronnie. And what makes this part interesting is because Keisha is just learning that Nuck is the father of Ronnie, and vice versa. Nuck is just learning as well. Nuck is one of Duda's henchmen who has also threatened Emmett's life before. Emmett is Keisha's dude. Like, they're together. They're not married, but they may as well be. They are a family. So Emmett does not want to deal with Nuck. He really doesn't want Nuck around, right? Understandably, but he is the child's father, and so this is where they are. And he's visiting. Keisha is inviting him to Thanksgiving dinner. Emmett is opposing, but he's coming anyway, and Emmett really doesn't have a choice but to agree. And in my opinion, Emmett is getting a taste of his own medicine indirectly, because this co-parenting thing is new for him. Although Keisha has had to adjust to the same situation, he has children with multiple women, and she makes the best of it. But up until most recently, Ronnie's dad was understood to be the man who abducted, I did not say that correctly, abducted and assaulted Keisha. So he kind of had that little family unit all to himself, really, and now he has to share it, and he's not comfortable with that. But those are the cards. Okay, so next we have Damien, who is Emmett's newfound half-brother that is working in his restaurant. He is handling the books, the financial books of it all, and he's pretty good with it. He's good with numbers. So Emmett's dad has had him to hire this man as a favor, who just recently was released from doing 6 years for a robbery that he and Damien committed. Damien was able to get away and run, and this man, he was left holding the bag, right? So he is out collecting his favors on everything that is owed to him, because from his perspective, he did it for him. But dude, you mastermind this thing and pull this young man in here, right? You can't be mad that he got away. But I get that they want to keep down the the frustration of it all, or any kind of mess or retaliation or whatever. And this is the kind of stuff I don't like. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang around for the shy, but that's the situation. So we also learned that there are levels to Damien's trifling ways. It's a better way to say that, because not only did this guy take this 6 years for him and not snitch, dude was also doing his lady while he was in prison. So my guy wants to collect. He wants him to cook them books or come up with some money, but he needs some cash and he owes him. So there's that. Brittany is meeting with Duda. She's been spying on her brother Bakari for him, and Duda is paying her a nice coin to do so. She's meeting with his gun on the table, so definitely sending a message if this meeting doesn't go well, her life could end today. She lets Duda know that she's done spying on Bakari. There's nothing really there. What she doesn't say is her conscience is eating at her, and she's kind of giving a confession. So she's trying to, get out of that arrangement before it gets back to Bakari, but the beans have already spilled. His girlfriend has let him know that she learned from a very reliable source that his sister has been spying on her. So anyway, to get out of this, she has a different tea to spill that may be beneficial to him. We don't know what that is yet, but that's their situation. The pastor and his wife are arguing about their Thanksgiving dinner and who's all coming. There's an assistant that she doesn't care for and all of that. They kind of bore me. The acting is really not that great, and I'm not feeling this pastor, but that's what's going on with them, just so I don't leave anything out of this review. Meanwhile, Victor crashes his girlfriend's Friendsgiving. He cannot take it that, this space thing, so he pours his heart out. They make up. She's coming home, and I think it's sweet. I think it's sweet how vulnerable he was, and I was glad that she was receptive. Meanwhile, Emmett learns from his dad that the Thanksgiving guest list is growing. His new half brother will be there, and Emmett's like, there's not gonna be any food. Here's what I'm thinking, y'all, because we know that Duda is gearing up to send a message, and with all of these people, really all the people that are beefing with him at this one Thanksgiving spot, I think it's gonna be some fireworks. Let's go. Meanwhile, Jake and Gemma are not talking. They haven't spoken in weeks. She's wondering if she should break up, and I'm wondering why she hasn't already. The pastor is trying to break it to his assistant that the wife don't want her at Thanksgiving. Child, she don't care. She coming anyway. Let's keep going. We also learned that Duda has learned about Nuck's side hustle with Robert and his girlfriend cutting in on their marijuana situation to spare Robert's life, because he was supposed to off him, but that was the deal they made. Duda knows about it now, and they are squaring up. So of course Nuck loses the fight. I was shocked. Duda is, I guess I shouldn't be, but he's always used guns as the first recourse. I hadn't seen him throw hands, and he can throw them. So Nuck is demoted. Duda knows that Robert is still alive, and there was a hit out on Robert because Duda knows that Robert tried to take him out. So this is getting interesting because Robert is back at the store for the third time getting ingredients for the for Thanksgiving dinner, and Duda's on a square up mission with promises of fireworks or something like that. So I'm curious if Robert is going to make it back home. I'm also curious if Nuck is going to now have it out for Duda. Because his soldiers are tired of marching for him, and it's only a matter of time. So as much as he's on this mission to send a message, he also seems to be on a mission to expand his enemy list, even in his own camp. So Duda is over there taking out his frustration on his girlfriend. Child, the way he was humping, I thought he was over there humping a pillow. I didn't even know somebody else was in the room till he, finished his business. Bro didn't even take his clothes off. Like, he just pulled his Peter out. That was probably too much information, but he's treating her like street booty, and she is shooketh. So next he meets with the guy who's gonna replace Nook as second in command, for lack of a better term. So Nook is benched. I think I said he was demoted, but he said he was benched, so he may not even be on payroll anymore until he can trust him again. And the person that he's put as second in command is the same guy who offed Alonzo, who is also Robert's dad. And it's getting interesting. I'm curious, y'all. What y'all think? Tiff and Alicia are bonding They've worked on Thanksgiving dinner. Now they smoking a little something of the, chiefing up the spot and talking about the business of it all. And meanwhile, Emmett, Keisha, and Ronnie, the baby, are preparing to leave for Thanksgiving dinner to arrive at Misha's house. And Emmett is looking at their finances a little bit. Keisha decides that she's going to go ahead and head to the car. Emmett says that, like, dang, we broke. So I guess his brother is over there cooking the books, and not in a good way. I don't know. But this loud bang goes off and the car blows up. Emmett is freaking out because he sees the car seat in the car, and the car is completely engulfed in flames, and he is freaking out. But Keisha and the baby have not gotten in the car yet. They come out behind him. He's relieved, and the fireworks are starting. The message is being sent. I know that's not the only message, and I'm wondering where the security is, because he's supposed to have Alicia's security there. So anywho, that is the end of this episode. I was concerned I wouldn't be able to get through it. There are so many different characters, and my ADD was struggling. But I did the best I could. Do you guys watch The Chi? The jury's still out on it. It was entertaining enough. There is enough to keep me intrigued. Tell me what you think. Jump down in the comments. Fill me in on what I'm missing, because I did kind of like a crash binge watch to catch up. I've always heard chatter about it. I've never really watched it. So now I'm in the building checking out Chi, or The Chi, and it's enough to keep me watching for a little bit. What y'all think? Thank you guys for rocking out with me. I'm out.